Hey there, thinkers, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Hit. My name is Est, and I've got nerd news today. Well, we are officially receiving a live action of The Legend of Zelda. Now, before I get into this, please like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be updated for our next video. Okay, well, let's get into this, shall we? We now have the official confirmation for the live action of our silent hero Link. Well, I know it's The Legend of Zelda, but we all know why we would go see this movie. So this article is brought to us by Deadline. Legend of Zelda live action pick in works at Sony with Wes Ball directing and Nintendo co-financing. Pretty cool. Sony is making sure it has its future theatrical releases covered, as actors' strike appears to be dwindling down. The studio is co-financing with Nintendo a live-action feature of popular video game franchise The Legend of Zelda. The Maze Runner franchise and the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes filmmaker Wes Ball is directing. Now, I actually like Wes Ball. I think between his movies of The Maze Runner and The Planet of the Apes, from the trailer that I've seen, between these two movies, there's massive landscapes, very green, luscious worlds, which I think I would expect in a Legend of Zelda live action movie. So I believe Wes Ball has some promise there, some potential at least. The video game, created by Japanese designers Miyamoto and Tezuka, launched in 1986. It follows the elf-like warrior Link and elegant princess Zelda as they fight to save the magical land of Hyrule from Ganon, the evil warlord turned demon king. Nintendo saw a huge success this spring with Illumination and Universal on the Super Mario Bros. Movie, an animated feature take of a video game franchise. It ranks the second highest grossing picture of the year with $1.6 billion. More than 50% of Zelda will be funded by Nintendo, with Sony releasing it theatrically worldwide. The Legend of Zelda will be produced by Miyamoto, representative director and fellow Nintendo, and Avi Arad, chairman of Arad Productions. States here that a release date has not been set yet, obviously, because you just released that you're making the film. You don't even know who the actors are. Movies based on video games, once unfertile IP for Hollywood at the box office, have blossomed in recent years. What a weird way of stating that. The Sonic the Hedgehog saga franchise has minted more than $725 million worldwide, with a third film dated in December 2024. As of September, the Legend of Zelda franchise has sold over 150 million units. We hear the live-action take of The Legend of Zelda has been in the works for several years, with Arad being the linchpin to its delivery. Sony had a big hit earlier this summer with Marvel Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which has grossed over $690 million. Now, do I think that this movie is probably going to make that? Probably. You have some really young fanboys who would most likely bring their kids to go see this movie or get dragged by their kids to go see this movie. So I'm hoping for the best, and I'm really hoping that they don't, cast Tom Holland. Because, the internet, I'm really hoping these are fan pictures. I don't hate them. But why Tom Holland as Link? Is there not anybody else that could fit this role? Anybody else? I think that he's just overused. And I'm sure Sony has him on speed dial by now and be like, hey, we got a role for you. And he's like, yeah, I'm taking it. Seriously. Emma Watson as Zelda. Yeah, I can see it, but isn't she old now? Idris Elba as Ganon. Yeah. I like this pick. I do. We also have Maisie Williams here as Saria, which kind of sounds like Arya from Game of Thrones. Danny DeVito as Tingle. I love Danny DeVito. And he just tickles my funny bone, and honestly, I'm here for it. Now, I might butcher her name and I apologize, but Jamela Jale as Urbosa. And yes, I think that she can absolutely slay this role. She's so good. I love it. Now, Steve Buscemi as Dampy. He's a little weird, but he can be good in some roles sometimes, I think. Meryl Streep as Twinrova. I haven't seen Meryl Streep in a movie since Mamma Mia. I didn't even know she still acted. And lastly, we have here Gemma Chan as the Great Fairy. And I don't hate this for her. I think she looks pretty in this, but I was expecting, you know, more around the, well, you know. So this isn't a complete utter disaster, and with Nintendo's involvement, they should have a heavy input on where they want the story to go, which personally makes me want to see this movie so much more. With the amount of involvement Nintendo has in this film, they were probably thinking, don't you dare taint it with your Western ideals. That's great. I'm still pretty put off trying to understand why they went live action route, when it's very obvious they should have gone the animated route after seeing the Mario movie. But whatevs. I digress. But if you made it to the end, please like and subscribe. And let me know down in the comments if you're excited for the Legends of Zelda movie. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!